your finger will die. I said, Hi J-Base, it's Joanna and I'm back with another video. I hope that everybody's doing well. Today we're doing a story time. Off camera, I did put on some lip plumper. My lips are burning right now, so let's just start there. I like to do lip plumper before my makeup just so when I get done, my lips look nice and full. But today I'm going to tell you about the time that I almost lost my finger. And I'm talking my finger almost died and I would have had to get it cut off. Craziest thing, don't mind my nails, y'all. I'm on a nail break until my birthday, which is coming up soon. But anyway, it was my ring finger on my left hand. My wedding finger, OMG, I almost lost it. Let's start with the primer so we can get right into it. One size oil sucker is the primer I'll be using. This oil sucker is so runny. You gotta really make sure you're ready. You don't need a lot either. A little goes a long way. A few years back, I worked at a call center. I did have my own cubicle with the call center, but as y'all know, just the environment itself can be dirty. I'm one of those people where every day I came into work, I would wipe my desk down with Lysol, wipe my computer, my keypad, my keyboard, everything that needed to be wiped just to make sure that it was as clean as possible. Still ended up almost losing my finger. For my foundation, I'll be using the Morphe Filter Rich 27. And I'll be spraying my beauty sponge with some Stay Spray before I place the foundation on it. As germophobic as I am, I bite my nails. I've always bitten my nails, literally all my life. And that's just one of them habits that I'm not really able to shake. I don't like that I bite my nails at all because I'm a germaphobe. Like, I don't sit on the bed with my street clothes. I try not to do shoes in the house. If I'm on an airplane, I need to be fully clothed because if any part of my skin touches the seat, I get grossed out. But I bite my nails. I said all that to say I bite my nails. That's very disgusting as a habit. It's really not something that I could help. It's something that I've been doing my whole life. I tried everything. My parents tried everything to get me out of biting my nails. It was like this nail polish that you could use that would, I guess the taste was so nasty that it could prevent you from wanting to bite your nails. Went through that. I peeled the nail polish off. Still bit my nails. All the things never worked for me. I still bite my nails. I usually keep my nails done, but from time to time when they're not done, I may just take a little bite when I feel like they've grown out a certain length. I just bite them all off and start over. It's a weird thing. So when I was working in a call center, I would bite my nails because I'm sitting there for 8 hours a day. I'm the type of person, like, I get bored. Like, I have to do something to keep me occupied, to keep me, like, awake and alert. So, if I wasn't eating, I was biting my nails. So, anyway, I'm just minding my business, working, typing, and it's the old school keyboard. The keyboard where, like, stuff could fall inside of it, and you can't really get it, that type of keyboard. I bite my nails, go to work, do my job, go home. I think everything is okay. A few days later, my finger starts to like expand. It just became like abnormal in shape and size. And I'm like, that doesn't look right. Not only was it big, it was also red. For my concealer, I will be using Morphe Rich 26. So I bite my nails and I just keep it moving. You know, I'm just going by my day. So I'm like, my fingertip not looking too normal right now. But I didn't think too much of it and I just kept it moving. Couple more days go by and my fingers started turning blue. I'm like, okay, this isn't normal. So I knew that this is something that needed to be addressed, but I had an appointment coming up. It had nothing to do with my finger, but I knew that I would be seeing a doctor soon. So I figured I could just ask my doctor. For my contour, I will be using Tarte's Sculpt Tape. So at the end of my appointment, I show her my finger. By this point, my finger is like completely numb. I can't feel my fingertip at all. So I ask her, she says, oh my goodness, that doesn't look normal at all. She said, you need to go to a hospital, urgent care, whatever you need to do to adjust that because your finger will die. I said, I knew that it was pretty serious, but I never thought like I could lose my finger. I just was like, after I get off of work on Friday, I'll go to the hospital. It was a hospital that wasn't too far from where I was working, so I just figured I would do that. Morphe's Continuous Setting Mist. So I finally get off of work. It was a long night. I think I worked like a 12 to 9 shift this day. So it's 9 at night on a Friday. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take my butt to that hospital. I'm not trying to lose my finger. So I get to the hospital. They take forever just to get me in the ER. I'm a very impatient person, by the way. It's a long week of work and a long day at work. And I decided on a Friday night, instead of winding down, to make sure that I adjust my finger so I didn't lose it. Look at my finger. They're like, oh, this is serious. They call another doctor. They're like, oh my gosh, come look at this. So they call another doctor to come look at it. They're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have to cut that open. I'm like, okay. Nothing sounded fun about getting my finger cut open. If that saves my finger, I'd rather get it cut open than to have it cut off. For my brows, I'm using Morphe's Brow Tease. So when they tell me they have to cut my finger and slice it open to get the blood flow back normal, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I gonna need stitches? Like, how serious is this? They said, oh no, we're just gonna numb you and we'll just do it right here in the ER. I'm like, okay, cool. So once they transported me to the room, like, okay, cool. This is about to be quick. This is about to be easy. I'm gonna be able to get up out of here. Not the case at all. At this point, my patience is already growing thin. I'm trying to do anything and everything to keep myself occupied. So as I told y'all, I'm impatient. So I'm already annoyed that they've been taking so long. Mind you, this hospital isn't busy. It's very slow. It's a slow Friday night. It's not like people running in and out. It wasn't too many people in the waiting room when I went. It was fine. They were fine. The doctor to patient ratio wasn't bad at all. So I told y'all I'm in a hospital. So, you know, they got the hospital shows. Like, nothing too crazy. But me, I'm like, I'm about to be out of here soon. So I ain't even trying to get comfortable. I'm not about to watch a show, a movie. I shouldn't be here the amount of time that a movie is. I could have watched 2 movies, y'all. The way the rooms were set up in this hospital, I can see the desk. They're sitting right in front of me. So I'm giving them eye contact. Because why y'all got me sitting in here and y'all ain't even busy? So the lady calls somebody. She's like, come, please give her attention now because she's about to flip out on me. I guess my look was that strong, but I wanted to let her know that I wasn't playing no games. Like, why are y'all taking this long? And y'all ain't even busy. If they were busy, obviously I would be able to understand that. I'm in the hospital. People have emergencies. Even though mine was an emergency, but I could respect the fact that, you know, there could have been cases more serious than mine. They were just being lazy. Mind you, I understand that people have situations. I understand that things could get serious. But the reason I came was pretty serious too. The fact that I could have lost my finger, pretty serious. So when they finally get to me, I'm talking 2 hours later. The quicker y'all get me out of here, the better. So the doctor finally comes in the room. He doesn't come in a rush or anything. He's just like, hi. For my blush, I'll be using the Morphe Hot Shot. So when the doctor comes in, although I'm annoyed, I'm still, you know, keeping it cute because at the end of the day, these are the people that's about to help me. So I'm not about to have an attitude with nobody who's doing a service for me, who's serving me or anything of that nature because, you know, you could F me up. And the last thing I want to do is put myself in a situation where I'm butchered or something because I couldn't keep it cute and have a good attitude. For baking powder, I'll be using Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. I was just like, you know what? I'm already in this situation. We already here. You already could have waited this long. No point in like letting this ruin your whole day. Tell him what happened. I didn't even know what happened. I just know that I had a hangnail and I guess germs got in the hangnail. So he says, we have to slice your finger open. He goes away, comes back with an X-Acto knife or a scalpel. I don't know. I look at him. I'm like, so you're not going to numb it? He says, no, this isn't something that we would numb. So at this point, my attitude just turns into like confusion. Because at this point, I'm like, wait, what you mean you're not gonna numb it? Y'all just about to slice my finger open in real time. You're not numbing it. Like, I'm supposed to feel all of this? For my eyeshadow, I'll be using ColourPop's Nude Mood. I have a decent tolerance for pain, but I wouldn't say like high. But nobody in their right mind wants you to sit there and slice their finger open. For my eyeliner, I'll be using One Size Point Made. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just thug it out. This is not about to be fun at all. But, you know, I could take pain. I got it. That's where I went wrong. Tarte's Big Ego Mascara. I should have advocated for myself more and said, you know what? Please numb me. For my lashes, I'll be using V's Beauty Newbies 5 Second Cluster Lashes with this seal. I would have never put myself through that pain. When I say I was in there screaming so bad so loud because it hurt so bad. I couldn't even feel my finger at first. I felt every bit of that slice. Like, I can't believe I signed myself up to get put in that much pain. For my under eye, I'm using LA Colors black eyeliner pencil. I'll be using this Bronze Brilliance pad. Y'all want to know the worst part about it? It didn't even work. I still have a deep cut to this day on my finger. A couple days later, I was still in pain. The blue went away for a little bit, and then after it turned blue, it turned green. Now the blue is one thing, but the green is crazy because the green means something infected. Even though blue is pretty serious too, considering the fact that it could have died and it didn't get any blood flow. A couple more days go by, my finger is not getting any better. I'm still in pain. At this point, I'm in even more pain than I was before. I wasn't going to another doctor because I already been consulted by a few doctors at this point. I didn't feel I was going to get a different answer. For my lip liner, I'll be using Morphe's Trendsetter. I started to freak out. I'm still thinking about the fact that I can lose my finger. And I just started praying. So I prayed about it, and a little later that day, I'm using this Cara Beauty lip stain. This is a matte lip stain. And I'm also using this NYX Butter Gloss. So I started thinking about old remedies. I'm like, you know what? Woo! If we was back in the day and we ain't had no doctors, we ain't had no medicine, what would somebody in the old times do? And then it came to me. I used to get a lot of splinters as a kid. Like, I was just always into something I guess I shouldn't have been into. So splinters were pretty common in my household. So I'm like, yo, when I used to get a splinter, I remember people used to take a safety pin or some type of needle, sterilize it, and poke it. So I had some T-pins. I take a T-pin, I light it. I'm lighting it for a long time because an infection on top of an infection is the last thing I want. So I'm lighting it, and I was like, you know what? Nothing could be more painful than what I'm already going through. So I take the needle, light it for like 30 seconds. I'm sure I overlit it. But anyway, after it cooled down a little bit, I stuck it in my abscess. And when I say all of this pus and fluid just came out, and I felt better instantly. Instantly. Right away, I felt better. When I say I literally, as soon as the pus left my finger, the pain left my finger. And I was like, you know what? That's really annoying because I could have just did that in the first place. To finish up this look, I'll be using One Size On Till Dawn. This is strong. Can y'all believe I went through all of that pain when I could have just took the sterilized needle and poked it in the first place? Y'all, they sliced my finger open. Still to this day, I still have a cut. Can y'all see that? That's where they sliced my finger open at. That's where I'll always have a cut because they decided to take a scalpel and slice my finger a good 2 to 4 inches for no reason. I'm so grateful that I'm not dealing with that to this day. I still bite my hangnails. It's just really a habit and I really cannot help it. If y'all ever bit your nails and y'all stopped, or y'all know somebody who was a nail biter and they stopped, please tell me how. Please. I've tried everything. I think it's just one of those things that I do. Sometimes I do it when I'm nervous. Sometimes I do it when I'm bored. So it's no reason tied to it. It's just something that I've always done. But me biting my nails and just working in an environment that's not the cleanest caused me to almost lose my finger. I thank God that it just came to me to poke it out, because I promise y'all a couple more days of that, it would have started affecting and going towards other places of my body. So I really may have needed to get my fingertip chopped off. And y'all, this is my ring finger. It's going to be a beautiful ring on this finger one day. I don't want it gone. I want to show off my fingers in peace. Like, God willing. And thank you, God, that I still have all of my fingers. Because once I get proposed to, once I get that ring on that finger, y'all can't tell me nothing. That situation, although annoying, although frustrating, although time consuming, I was able to get out of. I was able to live through that, because I would have been so sad had I been missing a finger or a fingertip. When it's a home remedy or a holistic type of approach, you might want to take that, and it might save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of pain. So I'm so grateful that I did not lose my finger. Thank you, God. I thank you so much, especially my ring finger. This is the final makeup look. I love a natural beat. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that you can be alerted each and every time that I post a video. If you're new here, welcome. I hope to see you again. It was so fun talking to y'all. I'm so glad we got to kick it. Until next time, see you later. Bye. I just thought I'd give y'all some extra makeup views because I don't feel like the light does it justice. Okay, I'll see y'all later for real.